inspiration and rewards in D&D and other TTRPGs.
Ah.
Nice. Dude, when we first switched over to 5e, that was probably the thing I was most excited about as I was reading through the new set of rules. Inspiration. Like, this is brilliant. And I thought it was so brilliant. Everybody just started off with inspiration. Everybody gets one. And then, you explain, hey, use these things up because you can only have one. Do something cool. I'll give you another one. Two things happen. One, the DM, maybe I'm just talking about myself here. After you get into a campaign, sometimes you forget about using and giving out inspiration. And the other thing that happens is, as a player, you're like, I've got inspiration.
I must hold
it. I must use it. And the longer you hold it, the less likely you are to get another one.
Yeah.
But I love that in D&D. It was one of the biggest draws for me as I was reading on 5e and the rule changes.
Yeah, I love inspiration. I think it's a really cool way to reward us for doing cool shit or just really in character stuff. But we took to you would have trouble remembering to give it out, and all of us have had trouble giving it out. But we've taken to as a group, if you do something really badass, we're like, that deserves inspiration. And then it's almost like we are demanding the inspiration. Then it feels kind of shitty, but
I was going to say, on the flip side of hoarding it or, forgetting to give it out, there was when the player does not have it, they will fish for it sometimes and just be completely over dramatic in anything they do.
Tim, who I believe is in chat now, feels attacked.
Yeah, he should.
Tim could go after some inspiration, but
he also got it.
He'd come up with some wild ass shit. It was really cool, and he would get inspiration. We also instituted a thing where we started doing player awarded inspiration.
We did.
At the end of the evening, all the players got to decide which one player had done the best job that night and get inspiration. I thought that was always led to some cool moments and great discussion. Plus that somebody at the table gets to feel appreciated by the rest of the party. Not just, I did a cool thing or said a funny line, but at the end of the night, after a full session, all of my co-players awarded me.
And it got to a point where it was less about a really cool role play moment or this really awesome kill. Sometimes it really just devolved into John had this bonfire that he moved around 18 times, but that shit really fucking worked. It didn't even have to be something super spectacular. It was something that we as players realized was instrumental in getting the task, getting the thing done.
It was the cherry on top of you had a great session Sunday.
Yeah.
Look at you with the analogy.
So cute. But it was nice because it gave us an opportunity to really think not about what I did cool, because you spend most of the game thinking about what you're going to do cool, but it's okay, but Mom was really instrumental in doing this, or Hannah did a really great with this, and you have to think about how the other players are playing. So
sometimes it was rewarded just on consistently being good.
Yeah.
Throughout the whole night. I mean, you didn't do anything spectacular. You didn't have a great funny line, but critical to the party success on a nice even keel all the way through. What I really enjoyed about that was when you guys would nominate players, right? And then, you'd have to say, well, I'm nominating Hannah because she did this, and then there was always this discussion around the table of, oh yeah, that was cool, or remember this, that. So that reliving of some things I thought was pretty cool.
Clay, a.k.a. Puffs for the Win, in chat says, I got inspiration the other day for flipping in the air as a bat, wild shaping back into myself, landing like a superhero, and yelling, yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker, before whacking a goblin.
I'd have given you inspiration for that as well.
Like double inspiration.
Yeah.
Super secret double inspiration. That was awesome.
And Tim has left the chat.
That's what he says.
See, I told you he felt.
He felt attacked.
Attacked.
I think I got player awarded.
His first chat ever in chat. First time chat. He typed in, Tim has left the chat. I give you inspiration for that, dude. That's pretty funny.
I think one time I got player awarded inspiration because I went a whole session without falling unconscious or dying.
that was an epic feat for you.
It's really hard. I die a lot. A lot. But it's nice because you get to take a moment and like
Well,
recap.
I think we do tend, I know I do, as DMs, to, as a session goes on, not necessarily a session, but as a campaign goes on, you start thinking about it less and less, and you forget to give it out. And so that's something, I don't know,
It
you
gets
should
lost in the sauce.
put a little reminder in front of your DM screen or something.
Well, you start
Give
out-
people inspiration
You
for
start out
crying
by
out
giving
loud.
us actual like little plastic gold tokens. You still have one right over there. And that was a nice way to do it because then
That's
at the end of the
cool.
night, we would have to give them to you. So if you had, a whole bunch in front of you, it's like, oh, well, nobody has inspiration. Like it's a nice visual cue.
I went to the dollar store looking for little gold coins. These are actually St. Patrick's Day themed. They got a little clover on
They
one
do.
side, but
It
and they
worked.
made great little gold coins for inspiration. I do like the some way to track it other than on your paper, giving the thing. So
Yeah, it was nice.
It was a nice little visual aid. I do kind of like in other systems like Savage Worlds, you can get bennies, which are a similar thing, but you don't have a limit on them. So
Yep.
you know you'll get 3 at the beginning of every session, but the hoarding impetus is a little less because of that.
yeah, and they can be used a variety of ways,
Right.
like to re-roll a dice or to take another shot at something or
Being able to
Change inspiration, not change inspiration.
change the story.
Change your draw on the card so you can go
your
at a
turn order.
different
I
turn
like how
order.
you can use them as like, as the game runner, you can be like, okay, that y'all want to do this. Well, you're all going to need to pitch in a Benny. Like it's a big thing and you can all collectively. But if me as a player, I'm like, no, I don't like this idea. Like I can derail that whole shit. It's not a great thing to do, but I like the, it's all or nothing. Either you're all on board with this big change or you're not. And I think that's kind of
Everybody gets pissed at you, and you look at them and say, "It's
what
what my character would do."
Yeah. I like other rewards too, like in Call of Cthulhu. I like being able to like sanity awarding or, sometimes you've given us 50-50 kind of, luck rolls and just, like, hey, look at the draw. There's a stake in the bush. Like
I do feel like luck is kind of the replacement for bennies and inspiration in that system, but in true Call of Cthulhu fashion, it's a little grittier.
Yeah.
You spend it and then you don't have it when you need to make that roll next time.
So we also hoard that. But then sometimes you waste it. You're like, I'm going to blow 20 luck points
Yeah, I
to
don't
do this
hoard-
thing.
I don't hoard
You
luck in
don't.
Call of Cthulhu at all.
I hoard mine because I'm going to save it till I'm like in a near death situation.
And if you're following the pre-written scenarios, which is pretty much all we've done so far, though that's changing soon, the awards that, after you've finished a particular scenario are typically 1d10 of luck or 1d10 of sanity back. So you start off with 60 luck points. You're spending them like crazy. You're having a great ass adventure. And at the end, here's 7 of them.
Enjoy.
Now, there is a way. So it does. Call of Cthulhu does not have that hold on to it benefit like a Benny or inspiration. But there are ways that the keeper or the game master can kind of reward good thinking right in the moment.
Yeah.
You tell me you're going to do something like that. That's brilliant. Roll it with a bonus dice, right? So
I love those.
I can give you a bonus dice. So sometimes they're just situational, right? The situation is such that you have a bonus on the roll or a penalty on the roll. But it's really easy to use it as a reward for creative thinking or great role playing. That's cool. But it's not like, here's a bonus dice, hold it for when you want it, which is kind of the really cool thing about bennies or inspiration. You do something and therefore you're going to have a better shot at the next thing that you want to do. Whereas in Call of Cthulhu, really all I can do is give you a reward for that thing you're doing right now.
Right. But I think as a whole, we as keepers or players, whatever, we need to do more of that kind of stuff because it is really great as a player to get that bonus die, to get that inspiration, to get that, Benny, because it's like this little tiny reward just to like, hey, I'm doing a good job. I'm not trash at this. I might be trash at this, but I'm having fun.
I am trash at this, but it's roleplay, so I'm pretending that I am not trash.
Right.
I did forget like the entire mini campaign, I guess we did with Titan Effect. I think I gave one Benny the entire time, so that's got to be on my list.
It is easy to get just caught up in the story and doing the keepering and
Right.
managing all that stuff.
It's a lot.
So typically it takes something really hilarious or really effective or outrageous to make you, oh, I should. And then, like, I think one of you were saying that sometimes there's just, you still haven't thought about it as a game master, but there's this chorus of people around the table that give them inspiration for that.
It's just amazing. Yeah.
That's always helpful and nice.
I really like having a physical object. For a while, we had, after, like, either before or after we had the coins, I had made like little resin jewels. They were red that we used for inspiration too.
I love the tactile.
It makes it.
You're holding
much more.
something that gave you.
But I think as a gamekeeper is also great because, when I hand it back, I have a pile of them and it's like, shit, nobody has anything. I should pay more attention because it's easy to forget about it. I mean, I forgot about being able to get bennies. I forgot to use the bennies I already had.
Yeah, and Savage World encourages the use of a physical object. I mean, you can go on their website and buy Benny tokens.
A lot of the time, it's a poker chip.
Yeah. Which is cool.
Because the connection with playing
Deadlands.
cards and
Like, that would be cool. We get some like gold poker chips, like the little like souvenir ones you can get from like Las Vegas. Like, get some of those bad boys with some heft to them.
just go up to the cashier cage and say, "Can I get like 12 of the
Yeah.
what did you call them? The
Little,
promotional ones.
yeah, I just want a promotional
Because we
chip.
play D&D.
Yeah, she's not gonna look at you weird at all. She'll totally know what you're talking about.
Right?
She'll be like, "Oh yeah, it happens all the time. We have pre-made bags for you." How many players?
Games of chance and casinos probably.
That's a casino I'd go to, where it's just role-playing games and you're just betting on whether or not you die. I would play that. Wouldn't you?
Yeah. It's like,
Yeah.
that look at my face was I was sitting there trying to figure out the mechanics of that, Because, you're in a casino. One, they want you there as long as possible. So a 4-hour one shot where when you do certain things, like every time you get a critical hit,
$20.
there's $20. Every time you get a critical miss, you can do a whole bunch of stuff. But, their whole goal is to keep you there as long as possible. Why is the air so good? That's why the drinks are free and they keep on flowing.
It's perfect for
it's like,
tabletop role
you don't
playing.
even
I'll
have-
play 12 hours into that place.
The problem you're not thinking about here, they want you to stay a long time because you're putting quarters in a machine. If you had to put a quarter in a machine every time you rolled a dice,
I think I'd still give it a shot.
you
think I
not
might
make
still
that
play.
Perception
Yeah, it'll never
roll.
work. But it's fun to dream about stuff like that.
Jeez,
Yeah.
John, Killjoy.
Plus, the poor, the dealer, right? Because as Puff points out, DMs have a lot to juggle. The poor guy who, like shows up for work, and
Oh,
then he's like, "Yeah, you're on the DM table today."
Aw,
It's like,
shit.
son of a bitch.
I didn't even prep anything. I don't get paid minimum wage to do this shit.
Any closing statements or we good to-
Inspiration is good. We should use it more often.
I should. I wish I could get inspiration in real life. Just like a do-over when I, can use
I've
it at any point.
heard the book "Who Moved My Cheese" is really good.
I hate that book.
I read it,
It's awful.
most of it. I don't know how it ends. I didn't read like the last 10 pages. So I don't know if the damn guy ever got his cheese or not. But, it lost some of its suspense after a while.
It did.